Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make one of these really cute little 3D ghost earrings or charms. So this is what it looks like. It's just hollow in the middle and it just dangles really nicely for Halloween. And just show you here, you can make it with a little smiley face as well if you want. Today I'm going to show you how to make the matching earring to this one, so let's get started. To make one of these little ghosts you will need some size 11 seed beads in white, and I'm using this almost frosted translucent kind of white. You'll also need some size 11 seed beads in black, a beading needle. I'm using 6 pound fireline because it does hold the shape really well. You'll need your earring findings if you're doing an earring, and you'll need a head pin. And I've just cut mine off to size already, and it's just about 1.5 centimetres for this. So let's get started. So you start by threading your needle, and you're going to pick up 4 white beads and slide those down. And then near to the end you're going to sew back up through the first one, so that you have this. Now you're going to pick up 1 bead, 1 white bead, and go straight into the next bead. Pick up a second white bead coming out of this one, go straight into the next one in the circle. Picking up another white bead, now you're coming out of this one on the top, you're going to go down through that one on the side. And picking up 1 more white bead for this row. So I'm coming out of this bead here. I'm going to go straight into this one. I'm also going to step up into this bead next to it as well. So I'm going through these 2 beads. So through like that. You should have this diamond. This time we're going to put 2 beads in between those 4 that we just added. Pick up 2, coming out of this one, skip the one underneath and go through the next one to the top of the diamond. Pick up 2 more, coming out of this one on the top, you're going to go down through this one on the side. So skip over one and go through the next one. Same again, pick up 2. Now we're coming out of this one, skip the one underneath, go through the next one on the corner. Pick up 2 more. Now we're coming out of this one here, skip that one underneath, go through the next one and up into this one above. So through those 2. Like that. And now you need to move your needle across 1 bead. So we're ready to add some more. Pull it tight. And you should have this. We're going to add 1 bead at a time again. Pick up 1 white bead. Coming out of these 2 here, you're going to go through the next 2 on the top. So skip that single one in between and go through the next 2 beads that we added in the row below. Same again, pick up 1 bead. Now you're coming out of the 2 beads which were on the top, you're going to skip that one there in the corner, go through the next 2 on the side. Just going to turn it round so it's easier to work with. Pick up 1 more bead, then we're coming out of this one, skip the one underneath, go through the next 2 beads. And the last one of this row, and pick up one more white bead, coming out of these two here, skip that one underneath and go through the next two. Now we've got this and we're at the end of the row, so we're exiting out of here. We're going to step up into that single bead on the corner. Okay, now we've got this. So this row we're going to start adding in the black beads for the eyes. So you're going to pick up 2 black beads, coming out of this white one on the corner, going to skip those 2 underneath and go through the next single bead on the corner, and the black beads are going to stack on top of those white ones like that. Same again, pick up 2 more black beads, coming out of this one on the corner, skip over the 2 white ones underneath and go through the next single bead on the corner. For the next 2 we're going to be doing white beads, so we only need 1 set of eyes here. So pick up 2 white beads, you're coming out of this one, skip the 2 underneath and go through the next one. And the last 2 of the round, pick up 2 white beads, you're coming out of this one on the corner, skip the 2 underneath and go through that last single white bead and also through the 2 black ones as well. Pull it tight and it should start to close up a little bit. Pull tight, starts to close up. Now we've got this. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing again. We're adding 2 beads at a time, but it's going to be a row of all white beads. So pick up your first 2, and this time we're coming out of these 2 black ones, pick up your 2 white beads and go straight into the next 2 black beads. Now you're going to pick up 2 more white beads. Now you're coming out of these 2 black beads. You're going to skip over that single bead which is underneath and you're going to go through the next 2 white beads. Like that. Same again, pick up 2 more white beads. Now you're coming out of this bead right here. You're going to skip that one underneath, go through the next 2 on the top row. And again pick up the last 2 white beads of this row. So we're coming out of these 2 white ones, we're going to skip the one underneath, we're going to go through the last 2 in the row, which is the 2 black beads. Like that. We're coming out of the black bead now, you've got to step up through those 2 that we just added at the start of this row. The 2 that are in between the eyes, like that. So go through there and pull it really tight. Okay, so for this row we're going to finish off the eyes because we're back working in line where we're filling that gap above those black beads that we did before. So you're going to start by picking up 2 black beads. You should be coming out of the 2 white beads here in between the eyes, skip over the 2 black and go through the next 2 white beads on the top row. Next pick up 2 white beads. I'm going to skip those 2 underneath and go through the next 2 on the top. Up 2 more white beads. Again, you're going to skip the 2 underneath and go through the next 2 which are on the top row. Oops. Now you're going to pick up 2 black beads. You're coming out of this white one here, you're going to skip the 2 black underneath, go through the 2 white there that are in the middle of the eyes. And then you're going to move your needle through the next two, which is these two black beads. And we've got this. The next row is going to be the same thing, but we're just adding white beads now. So pick up two. Coming out of these black two here, you're going to skip the two underneath and go through the two after that, which are on the top row. Same again, pick up two, skip over the two underneath and go through the next two on the top row. And again pick up two white beads, skip over two, and this time you'll go through the two black beads. Pick up your last two beads of this row, skip over the two underneath, go through the next two black beads, and don't forget you need to move up into the next two beads before you can start the next row. Remember, every row you're adding 4 groups of 2. So bottom side, top side, every time. Pull it tight each time. Now we've got this. Now what you need to do is 5 more rows, exactly the same as that one we've just done. You're going to do 5 rows where you pick up 2 white beads every time. Coming out of 2, skip over 2 and go through the next 2 on the top row. You're going to do that for 5 more rows. So keep doing that. I'm keeping a tally here, I've got my pencil here, I'm just keeping a tally of how many rows I've done. So you might want to do the same if that makes it easier to remember where you are. Gonna do 5 more rows. So this is 1. And then I'm gonna speed up and zoom ahead, and I'll meet you back and show you what to do when you've completed 5 rows of white beads. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've added those 5 extra rows, and this is what we have now. And so you can make it even longer if you want it to be a bit longer. You can even make it shorter if you want a really short ghost. I like to do it this size, so you can keep going or stop earlier if you need to. And now I'm exiting out of, oh, it's a bit hard to see, these 2 here. I'm going to step up into one of these, just through one of these groups of 2 that are on the top row. It doesn't matter which one, just make sure you go through one of these beads so that you're coming out in the middle of one of these groups of 2 that you've added in the last row. Then you're going to pick up a single bead. You're going to go straight into the next one, so that that bead just pops between them. Now I'm going to move my needle through 3 beads, so through the next 2 beads and up into that one above. So through those 2 and then up, so I'm coming out between the next group of 2, like that. Pick up 1, go straight down into the next one. Again, I'm going to travel through the next 3 beads till I'm exiting between the next group of 2 on the top. Then I'm going to pick up my bead and go down through the next one. And then I'm going to move along and do that one more time. And that final group of 2. I'm going to move my needle along a little bit. And then I'm going to pull it tight. And that's it, that's how we make the little spikes at the bottom. And that's the shape of the ghost finished. So what you need to do now is move your threads through your piece. You can go all through it again if you want to make it really secure, and then tie a few knots with your thread and cut both your threads off. And then we're going to add our earring finding. So once you've done that and you've got your threads tied off, then you're going to get your head pin, and I've already cut mine to size. That was just because I wanted to make sure they were exactly the same size, but I'd recommend you put your head pin through the ghost and then cut it, because it's quite fiddly to get this little thing through. I realised that after I'd already cut them. So you want to look on the inside of your piece, and you see that little hole there where my pink nail varnish is flashing through. That's where you want to get your head pin and poke it through. It's going to come out right in the top centre. So okay, so once you've got it through and you've cut it down then to a bit smaller so you can make your loop, then I'm going to take some round nosed pliers and I'm going to create a small loop. Then when you've got a loop, you're going to open it out and hook on your earring finding, and then close the loop nice and tight. And adjust it if you need to. And that's the finished earrings. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful and you're able to make one of these cute little ghosts earrings or pendant. Comment down below if you did, and share pictures with me on Instagram at Beaded by Hannah, and let me know what else you'd like to see on my channel. And like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.